Good morning. Thank you for being with me this morning. Let's just take a few moments to quiet ourselves and prepare ourselves for the day. So just become aware of the chair in which you are seated. Become aware of the pressure on your body, your buttocks, your back, the back of your legs. Becoming aware of the breath entering, filling your lungs and leaving again. And now starting at the very top of your head, relax your scalp completely. Just allow it to loosen, soothe, and be completely at ease. Feel the skin over your forehead relax. Become aware of your temples and allow them to become soft. Allow your eyes, the muscles of your eyes, to be soft. And your jaw to release. Slacken your jaw. Allow your mouth to fall open if it wants to. Let your chin and your teeth and your tongue and your gums relax. Your chin, your ears, your nose. And just allow this softness to slowly flow down over your body. Down your neck, relaxing the neck muscles. Relaxing your throat. Releasing any stress, any tension. Flowing down to your shoulders and across your shoulders. Relaxing, relaxing your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your palms, your fingers. Again, turning to your breathing, feeling this peacefulness, this gentleness, filling your torso, filling your chest, expanding your heart space, allowing for more freedom of expression, more love, more peace, more giving. Breathing this gentleness down into your belly. Feel your breath expanding your belly. Just allow any tension to dissolve into your breath. Feel the gentle relaxation in your back muscles, in every vertebra. As you continue to breathe, feel this energy of peace and healing flowing down your spine. Breathing in peace and joy and health and radiance and abundance. Releasing anything into your breath that no longer serves you. Just evaporating into your breath. Now breathing down into your lower abdomen, your hips, your buttocks, back of your legs, through your thighs, your knees, your calves, relaxing your legs completely. Down into your ankles, the arch of your feet, and into your toes. Just imagine you can unplug the bottom of your toes and allow all negativity, all worry, all anxiety, all stress to simply flow out the ends of your toes. Just observe your body now. Observe how soft, how gentle, how peaceful, how comfortable your whole body is. And continuing to focus on your breath. Just noticing how your breath changes your body, expanding your body, lifting your body, now I invite you to imagine a soft, glimmering ball of light floating just above your head. Gently radiating its essence, its brilliance, so that your whole head feels wrapped in this gentle, loving light. And now breathe that light in through the crown chakra at the top of your head and allow it to flow all down your spine. Breathing in, pulling it down. And as you breathe out, allow it to ascend back up. And breathing it in again. And allowing it to ascend. And breathing it in again, this time, allowing it to settle. And breathing in, it settles and stays, gently caressing your entire spine. And now focus on the root chakra at the base of your spine. And realize that that light has traveled all the way down to this base and is settled there. This is your foundation chakra, offering security and power. And it radiates power into every cell of your body. And this chakra at the base of your spine is red. And so breathing in this redness, feeling health, radiance, joy, gratitude, energy, perfect health. And know that your entire body is healed and nurtured and soothed. Your body is strong. Your immune system is strong. All the systems of the body are strengthened. And your entire body is filled with energy. And just relax into this energy with gratitude. And gently move your attention up to the next chakra, the Sacral Chakra, located just behind and below your navel. And sense the color orange here. Breathing in the orange. Prosperity, enthusiasm, happiness. And sensing grateful appreciation of the abundance and joy in your life. And moving now up to the solar chakra, this beautiful glowing yellow, vibrant, expanding your joy and your self-worth. Know yourself to be divinely guided in all your choices, doing your perfect work. And moving up to your heart chakra at the center of your chest. Soft, expansive, pink, glowing ball of light. The chakra of love, love for others, love for yourself, compassion. Breathing in and expanding. Compassion and forgiveness for all. And gently moving up to the beautiful blue throat chakra, the chakra of communication, truth, and wisdom. Gratitude for the ability to speak and to sing. And now the third eye. Indigo, blue, expansion, imagination, inner knowing, and wisdom. And all these chakras, all these beautiful colors, all these beautiful powers are yours. So just relaxing into the fulfillment of this moment, knowing yourself to be sufficient, to be enough, and more. Breathing deeply. Breathing deeply. Sitting in gratitude. And when you are ready, open your eyes.
Welcome to Unity Vancouver Island.
Good morning. Morning, everybody. Wow, full house today. Good morning, everybody online joining us. Nice to see you all here, and of course, whoever's joining us streaming, welcome to Unity. I was sitting at the drums just now, just playing along, thinking, oh yeah, this is really nice. Da, da, da. I wonder who's gonna do the opening. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm. Anyhow, then I was like, oh no, I gotta go say stuff. Well, we are grateful to be here. We are grateful to be fortunate and living on the unceded territories of the Snuneymuxw people, as well as the Coast Salish up and down North America, and of course all over Vancouver Island. And we are grateful for their wisdom, their teachings, and the many years that they have taken care of this land. And for that, we say thank you. Haichka.
Just lost Good singing, folks. Put the dog in the house. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I always want to be there, holding your hand, standing by to catch you when you fall, seeing you through in everything you do. Well, let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right, make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that all of us will share. All I ask is let me be there, watching you grow. Going through the changes in your life. That's how I know I always want to be there. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here I am. Wherever you come, I know I'll be there. Well, let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right, make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that all of us will share. All I ask is let me be there. Yeah, let me be there in your morning. Let me be there in your night. Let me take whatever's wrong and make it right, make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that all of us can share. All I ask is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there.
And now we have to bring it down. Yeah, if you would kindly join me. If you're comfortable, you can close your eyes and let's take a moment together. Allow yourself to be breathed. And let's affirm together our oneness, our connection to one unifying force and energy, our abundance of life, our abundance of love, affirming how grateful we are to be in service to ourselves and to one another. Finding faith in our daily practices, finding faith in the one divine spirit, and faith in knowing that we are always taken care of. And for this, we say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. Clearly, I am unprepared today. Vision of unity, please. A world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. It's wise words, but it's with you. Sending me wise words. Let's see. I've probably got something here I can pull up. Is there a daily word? Look at that. Thank you. There's a daily word right here. How perfect. Look at that. Sunday, September 25th. Harmony is the song of my life. Harmony is an integral part of music, adding layers of intricacy and depth. Without harmony and rhythm, a musical composition would be little more than a dissonant cacophony. With the resolution of each chord and the synchronization of every note, a symphony can touch my soul with peace. Similarly, my soul finds peace as I seek a chord in my relationships and every interaction I have. From a place of love and tranquility, I bring compassion to every situation. With the give and take of compromise, I build understanding and trust. I approach every interaction with faith and expectation of harmonious results. Harmonizing my mind and heart with the world around me, I welcome and do my part to create goodwill, meaning, and beauty. Live in harmony with one another. And so it is.
I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing freedom today. I'm choosing freedom today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I choose forgiveness today. I choose forgiveness today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing healing today. I'm choosing healing today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing I'm choosing heaven today.
Well, good morning. What a blessed day it is today. What a wonderful energy in the room today. I hope you can feel it out there. Welcome to all those watching in Victoria and to all those watching in Comox and all the other places we may have visitors from. You are most welcome here. So what's in your world? Anybody identify with Eeyore? So Eeyore is a pessimistic, gloomy, depressed, anhedonic, old gray stuffed donkey. Sound like anybody you know? The word anhedonic means inability to experience pleasure. Sound like anybody you know? Right? I don't have any of those in my world. Then there's the human equivalent of Eeyore, the sad sack. Remember Sad Sack from the comic strips? A sad sack is a person whose very presence lowers the tone in the room. You know some of those too, don't you? None of us, of course, right? But sad sack is depressed, and he will complain about anything and everything. And he dresses in plain, understated clothes, and he talks like this. He says, "Hi, everybody. Hope you're feeling better today than I am. Gee, I wish I could find my Prozac. Must that sun be so bright?" You've known a sad sack, have you not? And then there's, and I have to read this because it's very dicey, it's Joe Butfspluk. And Joe Butfspluk is spelled B-T-F-S-P-L-K. He was a character from the Lil Abner cartoon many, many years ago. And he always brought disastrous misfortune with him. And there was a little black cloud above his head. Remember him? And he brought misfortune to everybody. And that little black cloud was perpetually there, symbolizing his bad luck. But one time in the common strip, he got enlightened or something, I guess, and he managed to trap his little black cloud into a special anti-pollutant jar and seal it away. And miracles happen. And I liken that, to coming to unity, and we learn how to seal our black clouds away in the jar. And miracles started to happen with him. And Joe actually entered into a relationship with a gal for the first time. And he was in love, and it was all going beautifully until the gal's old boyfriend came back. And what did Joe do? He opened up the jar and let the black cloud out and just kind of gave up. Do you know anybody like that? They come and they get all inspired, and I can do it, and we remind them how powerful they are, and the least little thing goes wrong, back you go. You've got somebody in your life like that probably? No? I do. Well, not really. I don't let them stay. And then what Joe does, he just sort of wistfully declares, "Oh, well, this is the life I'm meant to have. It's never going to be any different. It's just a life of bad luck, and that's who I am, and there's nothing I can do about it." Giving up at the first challenge. None of us, right? No. Anybody have conspiracy theorists in their life? Oh, yeah. Whoa. Does someone consistently think that someone or some agency, whether that's government or the Illuminati or the World Bank, is out to get them? Yep, they're doing it to us all, right? I don't allow that in my world anyway. Does anybody watch the news? Does anybody listen to people watch the news? I figure if there's anything I really need to know, somebody will tell me about it. Yeah, I don't need to go through all that negativity and, oh my God, all the things that are happening. I figure watching the news is bad for your health. But, so why is it that I can say I don't have these people in my world? It's because when I meet people like that, and I accept them and know them, but I don't let those aspects of their personality define what my relationship is with them. Yeah? If I cannot succeed in seeing them in a higher way, so I take the responsibility over here on me. If I cannot be successful in seeing them in a higher way, I just release my attachment to them and they will disappear. Because resistance is a form of attachment, and resistance causes persistence, yes? Resistance, that's a phrase I've heard for many years, and I understand it was Carl Jung who first thought of that, the first person to say that. Resistance causes persistence, and it's totally consistent with what we teach here at Unity. Because what we teach is that what we focus our attention upon, whether it's loving attention or resisting attention, we're drawing that into our experience. Murphy's Law, we all know Murphy's Law, right? Murphy's Law says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Well, if that's true, I would suggest that there's a corollary to that, and the opposite is also true. If anything can go right, it will go right. Could we open ourselves to that possibility? So we use this negative interpretation of Murphy's Law, And it keeps us on our toes, and that's good, and it keeps us alert to possibilities against failures and breakdowns. It's good. It's a good thing to be prepared for negative events. But it's an even better thing to be prepared for positive events, isn't it? Remember, whatever can go right will go right. That's an astounding statement. Be prepared for positive events. Do you spend a lot of time inspecting your house, inspecting your world, and inspecting your life to make sure that you're prepared for positive events? Interesting. So in a negative event process, something goes wrong. We recognize that something is wrong. We take action to minimize the damage or the loss. Then we take action to correct whatever it was, and then we clean up any mess. That's what we do with a negative situation. Right? All too often when something goes right, do we go into that process? We do nothing. We do nothing, or maybe we celebrate. But what if we applied that same process to the positive events in our lives? Something goes right, we recognize that something is right, we celebrate that something has gone right, we take action to maximize the rightness, the gain, whatever it was, and then we take action to use that to springboard us to creating more and new positive things. What do we spend all our time thinking of? So the positive side of Murphy's Laws means that we should develop contingency planning for positive events. What's your contingency plan for fun? Are you prepared just in case something good happens? In 1948, a fellow named Paul Jennings coined the word resistentialism. And it's a bit of a combination on resistance and existentialism. And he used it to describe what he said, seemingly spiteful behavior manifested by inanimate objects. You know? Our computers, for one. But the keys that get lost, a runaway bouncy ball. My favorite, and I often say they're alive, anything long. My knitting yarn, it's amazing what it does by itself at night when I'm not looking. A garden hose, any kind of a plug-in, you know, the vacuum cleaner thing, I swear they're all out to get me. They tangle themselves. They come up alive at night and do all that stuff just to irritate us. That's what I used to think up until now. Now I choose to think that maybe they have some kind of a consciousness, and maybe they have good intentions, and maybe they're just trying to attract my attention to be aware of their consciousness. Is it possible? Everything's just energy, isn't it? So quantum physics tells us that, and maybe if I could just see the higher self of the garden hose, I may be able to start working with it instead of having to muscle it into, you know, they're heavy when they're full of water, right? So maybe my life would get better with the garden hoses, just like the rest of my life has got better and better and better since I've become involved in this New Thought teaching, which is now for me is 47 years, I think. But when I look back 47 years ago, I say, oh my God, it's amazing that I got this far. But the main thing that I learned from this teaching is that the ability to take back my power, recognizing that in all situations I have choice, and I can resist or I can work with anybody or anything. Yeah. So it's a simple and basic truth that in the process of self-improvement and personal transformation and achieving goals and all that stuff, life in general, that the more we struggle against the various obstacles in our way, the stronger they become. Have you noticed that? And the more difficult it becomes to overcome them, the longer we put it off. Resistance causes persistence. And that's true whether the obstacles are inner personal blocks or whether they're negative habit patterns or whether they're circumstances out there. So that's why things like the war on drugs, the war on terrorism, the struggle against injustice, they're all doomed to failure because they're focusing on what's wrong. So as long as that's the context and framework through which we perceive and approach these issues, but why is that so? Why should fighting against something only serve to empower it? But isn't that our experience? Look at war. That's just the more you do it, the more there is to do, right? The answer lies in a basic and foundational principle, the fact that we are, at our most fundamental levels, essentially creative beings. That's what we are. We're creating. We're not just muddling our way through life. We are creating constantly. And whether we know it or not, regardless of whether we acknowledge it or believe it, humans are constantly creating everything in our lives. We are using innate creative capacities in every moment of every day, whether it's for good or for not good. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that a tough lesson? Isn't that the most powerful lesson you'll ever learn? The lesson that frees you? It's the most, this is the wonderful or potentially terrible magic of being human. It's the same power no matter how we use it, and we've all got it. So that's why we've turned around the phrase, I'll believe it when I see it, and we say, I'll see it when I believe it. That's why we when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's why we say change your thinking, change your life. Right? Because the answer to the problem is never in the same direction as the problem. Never is in the same place. We need to change direction and focus if we want to move away from something. When looking for an answer, look in a different place than the problem. So in Unity, we talk about the 4 V's of our awakening journey. Those of you taking metaphysics will remember this. So the first V is victim. Anyone ever been a victim in your life? I mean, there's some people that her whole lives are victims, and then we moved. And to me, I was. The world was doing it to me. There was nothing I could do about it. I was just this powerless, poor, ugly little girl. It was happening to me. And then when we move to victorious, to becoming victor, it's like I have overcome the world. I'm now the boss. But being a victor, having overcome, applies that there's something in the world not good, that there's evil in the world and I have to overcome it. So it's a step up of being victorious over something is still not freedom, right? The next step is we suspend judgment about the world and allow ourselves to become a vessel through which life can happen. And finally, we move from vessel consciousness to verity consciousness or truth consciousness. So we can sum up these 4 steps: victim, victor, vessel, or verity. God is doing it to me. God is doing it for me. God is doing it through me. God is doing it as me. You see that progression? An example is the story of Aladdin. You all heard the story of Aladdin, right? Aladdin starts out as an impoverished ne'er-do-well on the streets. And he's taken advantage of by the bad guy. He's a victim. He gets tricked into having to find the genie in the dangerous cave. But metaphorically, the dark cave is our unknowing mind. And the genie represents thoughts. So it wasn't only Charles Fillmore who interpreted things metaphorically. And the dark cave is our unknowing. The genies represent the ideas. So with a little help from his friend, the genies, they move Aladdin from victim to victor, right? He becomes very wealthy and is the good rich guy. And he frees the princess from her confined life in the palace. Remember that? He becomes the vessel for good works. So he's victim, then he becomes the victor, then he becomes the vessel to do good things. So even people that we think have it all, like the princess, she lives in the castle, she's got all the money she could ever want, but she was not free. She too was a victim. And he freed her and able to go out and see the world, to learn more in the world. So she has a lot of money, but not the freedom to roam the streets. So she starts out as a victim. She does not have the freedom to experience new ideas and to find purpose in her life. Verity consciousness. So, Aladdin helps her through all that, and then they both become in a verity state, because just helping someone else has raised Aladdin up to the verity consciousness, yeah? 4 victims, 4 V's. Victim, victor, vessel, verity. And what state are we all in here? Good, verity, right.
Various.
Yeah, various verities. And one of the most important ideas or of verity that we can find and adopt, and we find it in unity teaching, is the idea of taking responsibility for our own experience of life. The most powerful. Not blame. Every time I use the word responsibility, I have to say, I don't mean blame. I mean responsibility. Moving from victim to participant in our lives, consciously taking part in our lives, acknowledging that nothing good or bad can take place in our lives without our participation in some way, to some level. Nothing happens in our lives without us, right? And this is where our power comes from. And if we can't acknowledge that, we're giving our power away. Viktor Frankel, most of you probably know, survived Auschwitz by acknowledging that. He said, they can take away everything except my freedom to choose how I will respond in every situation. Viktor Frankel, you should read his life story if you haven't. In a lecture from back in the 70s, he tells of some research in which the researchers predicted that most college-age students had the primary life goal of making a lot of money. That was why you go to college, to learn to make a lot of money. But the research showed that 78% of the students, the top category was to find life's purpose and meaning. 78% of students are in that consciousness. They were concerned with verity. Making a lot of money would have made them victors in life. But most of us want more, don't we? We want truth. And another, what's the word I want? Little happening from Viktor Frankl's life was that he was into his 60s and he was taking flying lessons. And the flying instructor advised him, he was just doing small planes, of course, that if he wanted to travel straight east to go to an airport, but there was a crosswind blowing, he would need to go north in order to end up at the airport. You understand that? And he said, this also goes for man, explaining that we should aim for higher than our beliefs. He said, so we have to be realistic. If we take man as he is, we make him worse with the crosswinds of our beliefs about him. But if we take man as he should be, that is, expect the best about him, we make him capable of becoming what he can be. So if we think that young people or any people are only motivated by making a lot of money and not by finding life's purpose, we diminish them, and they will live down to our expectations. Yeah. To further quote Frankel, he said, if you don't recognize a man's will for meaning, search for meaning, you make him worse. You make him dull, you make him frustrated, you add to his frustration. Well, if you presuppose in this man, this so-called criminal or failure, that there is a spark of search for meaning, presuppose it, and you will elicit it from him and make him capable of becoming. So while we are all responsible for creating our own experience of life, when we meet someone who is not yet able to do that, our reaction to them, the way we respond to them, can give them that gift of lifting them up. So that's why there's no Eeyores or Sad Sats or Joe Slinks or conspiracy theorists in my life, in my world. Because when we can recognize and acknowledge and experience the power that we have to direct and experience our lives, we can say gently and lovingly to anything that previously might have been annoyance, get out of my world. I have chosen verity consciousness. And so it is. It is. And so I invite you now just to come into the silence with me, however you're comfortable. Just celebrate your breath as it enters your body. Allow your body to relax. Just allow the breath to soften your body so that your physical body requires no attention. And imagine yourself at all times living from truth. And you might just renew in your mind the times that you have been victimized, or the times that you have been victorious. Or the times when you have been a vessel for transmitting a truth, for rising someone up. And these are all steps on the path to truth consciousness, to verity consciousness. To be living moment by moment and day to day in alignment with the highest truth. Feel the lightness, that wisdom, that truth, that statement creates in your body and in your mind. Knowing that one of the 12 powers that each of us possesses is the power of wisdom. Power to discern truth. And the power of strength to stay in that truth. Now we know. Now we know who has the power in my life. So as you return your attention to your breathing, experience that breath as power. Breathe it in deeply all the way down to the very tips of your toes. That power fills your body and fills your mind. You are the master of your own life. And so it is.
So I have to make a confession. I have been the sad sack. Occasionally. On occasion, I have absolutely been in that frame of mind where I feel like whatever's happening to me, whether it's related to a career or a relationship or just progress in life, I can fall into that pattern of feeling like life is happening to me. You know, it's all happening on me. And that was a really, really lovely message. I really appreciated that talk. And when I was hearing about, the talk subject and the name of the talk for this week, I thought, like, who in my life has brought me back to center the most? And go figure, of course, it's my mom. Go figure, right? And, whenever I've been in that sort of frame of mind, she's had an incredible way of sort of reminding me what matters, and that life is really only as hard as you make it. And it also doesn't give you more than you can handle, which is a phrase that I like to use a lot. I used to try to tell myself that in my mind when I think something is too hard for me to take, and I try to go, well, I wouldn't be dealing with it if I couldn't overcome it. So this is a song by Emily King, who's an artist that I love, and she wrote this song for her parents. And the message of the song is that when she knows that they're happy, she'll be happy, because they did so much to get her to that place. And so this song is called For Her. Lead me to water, songs of my mother, show me the rhythm, records in the kitchen, I'll get along, playing my mother's song. Lead me to shelter, songs of my mother, show me the meaning, music and wonder, I'll get along, playing my mother's song. 'Cause I want my mother, I want my mother to be happy. I want my mother to be happy. And I'll be. I want my mother, I want my mother to be happy. I want my mother to be happy. And I'll be. Light from the dark, there came a spark, carried me down with a loving heart. Where do we end? Love never far. Home is all I wanted, never do we part. I want my mother, I want my I want my mother to be happy. And I'll be. So lead me to water, songs of my mother, show me the rhythm, records in the kitchen, I'll get along, playing my mother's song. Lead me to shelter, songs of my mother. Show me the meaning, music and wonder. I'll get along playing my mother's song. 'Cause I want my mother, I want my mother to be happy. I want my mother to be happy. And I'll be. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Awesome. Thank you, Reverend Patricia. He- but Josh kissed me first. There we go. Thank you. I was thinking about the victim, and then I was thinking, my sarcastic self is like, yeah, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of absolute abundance. Yeah. All right, coming up, good stuff to do. Invitation to volunteer at the Unity Canada Conference. Wow, what an opportunity. An invitation to volunteer. That is amazing. Just like, and you get to attend for free. Oh, you don't? I thought if you volunteered, you'd be there in the room, moving chairs around maybe. No, we need some volunteers to prepare welcome bags, etc. on October 6th, and the airport shuttle on October 6th, 7th, and the 11th. And there's an email address there, Margaret. Please email Margaret if you're available to assist with the conference. Social Justice Book Club, Thursdays at noon Pacific Time, September 22nd, October 13th, 27th, and November 10th. The book is The Choice by Dr. Edith Eva Egger, winner of the National Jewish Book Award and Christopher Award. There's a Unity or a Zoom call for that, and I'm sure that's in our newsletter. You can find all the details there. Leadership development and for board and leadership teams, Saturday, October 1st, 8 to 2 Pacific Time on Zoom with Reverend Cynthia Vermillion Foster. That is this coming Saturday. Yes, so 6 days from now. And that is also in our newsletter or online at our website if you'd like to learn more about that and join in. New class, 7 Steps on the Path of Wholeness, 7 Tuesdays, October 8th to November 29th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Zoom with Reverend Vicky, and that is supported through a love offering. Oh. Did you all see that? Are you seeing that new class spin? Helicoptering us into the new class? That's awesome. It doesn't take much to excite us around here, does it? No? Spirit groups, Fridays from 3 to 4:30 p.m., 7 weeks beginning October 21st. The Eye of the Storm by Dr. Gary Simmons. And you can register with Valerie Childs, 1@gmail.com. And I've taken actually a number of classes now through my Unity teachings with Dr. Gary Simmons and Dr. Jane Simmons, his wife, and I actually had them at my house recently. They're amazing. They're just, yeah, they're talking about some deep stuff. I've enjoyed every class I've been in of theirs, so I'm sure that this will be something that you'll take away from this, something that you'll find very valuable. Unity Vancouver Island is in Victoria for Monday Magic at the Met. Monday, September 26th is Games Night. Orange Shirt Day is September 30th, and that's from 6:30 to 8:15 p.m. in person. And also Monday, October 3rd at 1 o'clock, there is a prayer circle. Ongoing events, the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, prayer circle at the Spiritual Center in Comox. Seated Tai Chi is in Nanaimo's on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. is A Course in Miracles here in Nanaimo with Leanne. And first and third Fridays at 6:30, Board Games Night in Nanaimo. And you can find all of this at unityvancouverisland.com, or if you subscribe to our newsletter, it's in the newsletter. And of course, we thrive here at Unity, so thank you again to everybody for your financial contributions, your spiritual contributions, your prayers, your assistance with whatever it is you bring to our congregation and family. It is so appreciated. And if you're in a position to financially support Unity Vancouver Island, then we welcome that as well. You can do that through donations at unityvancouverisland.com, and you can also mail checks or leave money here after service. All is welcome. Imagine that. All is welcome, yeah. And thank you. And a song.
I am so grateful for this life I have to give. I'm so grateful for all I have to give. For I live in a world of abundance, and a true never-ending source from above. Yes, I live in a world of abundance, in a life overflowing, and a heart full of love. I am so grateful, for I know my path is blessed by love. So full and graceful, I can trust in every step. For I live in a world of abundance, in a life overflowing, in a heart full of love. Yes, I live in a world of abundance, with a life overflowing, and a heart full of love. Yes, I live in a world of abundance, and a true never-ending source from above. Yes, I live in a world of abundance, with a life overflowing, and a heart full of
And today we have gratitude for our board of directors, and they're all present. They're coming up. They are coming up. So Brenda Hannes, Glenn Sheridan, Heather Hodge, Don Giberson, please come on up. Gilles Berard, Tina Manders, Sharon McLeod, Susan Peck, Tom Semper, Patricia Zogart, and Tina Manders again. Yeah, she's up there twice. Can we get everybody on this podium? There we go. This is our board, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for coming up, and just because many people wonder, you know, who's on our board and where can I see their faces? Well, there you go. We just got to see them all, and being one that has served on the board, I fully appreciate each of you for all of the work that you do, because I know how important policy and procedure and finance and governance for this organization is. And it's our board that is really in charge of that. And if you have a solid foundation coming from a board, an organization runs the way it is intended to run, with a vision and a mission and adhering to that. And when you don't have that, and you have other things running the organization, it becomes a mess, especially for all of the congregants who might not know what's going on and who's responsible for this. So my gratitude goes to each of you for stepping forward and answering the call to be on the board. So thank you. And I think we have some kids coming in. Do we have any kids today? Do we have any kids coming in? Hey, hey! Come on up. Why don't you show us what you did? Come on. It's up front here. There you go. Awesome. Come on up. Are you okay? Do you want to say what you did? No? You want? Oh, he wants Mommy to come up. Okay. Do you want to say what it is? Do you want to say what you did?
And you tell me what they are? What's this? Is it, oh, it's your t-shirt.
Ah, the T-shirt. Woohoo! Flash.
And what's this? Is this like demon horns? That's the church company. What's this?
I use my imagination with these.
Nice. The power of imagination.
Like giant bugs that fight.
Ah! Giant bugs that fight. So we have Flash, the T-shirt, and imagination. Awesome. Thank you. And please join us for our children's blessing. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. And today, Dawn is in the prayer room after service today for anybody that would like to have some in-person prayer. And join me for our prayer for protection. The light that is God surrounds us. We are one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with the love. The power that is God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.